Well, good morning and happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a good start to your week so far. Last day of winter officially, and temperatures are relatively cool out there, generally in the 40s. A little bit warmer along the Cumberland Plateau in the upper 50s, so a pretty mild start all in all. And today we will top out in the mid to upper 70s, so can't rule out someone hitting 80 degrees. It's going to be a really warm day and a very windy day. Wind advisories in effect for pretty much our entire coverage area. They go into effect at lunchtime and continue through the evening. And look at that, wind advisories in effect for a pretty good chunk of the central half of the country. We even have high wind warnings in Nebraska, Kansas, and it's not uncommon for us to have big windstorms this time of the year. Again, a lot of energy flying around, and we're going to have those gusts occasionally at 30, 35 miles per hour. I mean, look at this. By 2 p.m., those gusts getting close to 30, maybe exceeding 30. And in the ridge tops, we could have some gusts over 40, 45 miles per hour. So the higher up you are, the stronger the winds are going to be per usual. And even tonight, we'll have occasional gusts of 25. And tomorrow, winds ramping back up during the afternoon, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. So the next 2 days going to be pretty breezy. High fire danger today. Special weather statements in effect for North Georgia, actually southeast Tennessee and parts of central Georgia. Fire weather watches in effect for Dade, Walker, Chattooga, Catoosa, Whitfield, Murray, Gilmer, and Fannin counties, and fire weather warnings along the East Tennessee mountains. So not a good day to burn. Gust up to 35 miles per hour, low relative humidity ahead of this approaching system. Just don't do it. Check your local burn bans and just avoid it today. That's going to be your best course of action. Here's a look at your satellite radar. So we got the system coming in, and it's kind of located right over the central half of the country. Severe weather across Iowa this morning. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings. Heavy snow in Nebraska and parts of Kansas on the northwest corner of the system. And here's our cold front. It's not tapping into any of that Gulf moisture yet, but later on today it will, and we'll have a little bit of rain coming through. Not going to be a big deal. Not really expecting any severe weather here locally, but notice the further north you go, Chicago up through parts of Illinois, Indiana, pretty decent chance for some damaging wind gusts and some stronger storms. Here locally, we're not looking at much of a severe risk, but Middle Tennessee, North Alabama, as the system moves through later this evening, can't rule out a strong storm or two, but at this point, it looks pretty unlikely for our neck of the woods. Could have a few rumbles of thunder tonight, but I think that's about as much as we'll get from this system. So futurecast, mix of sun and clouds throughout the day, going to be breezy. Even by 8 o'clock, notice the rain's still in Middle Tennessee. And then by about 11 to midnight, we have some of those showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two moving along the Cumberland Plateau into parts of Tennessee. And then by 3, 4 o'clock, notice how the line weakens, and it's just going to be some light showers in and around Athens, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay by about 4 o'clock. Daybreak tomorrow, things should be quiet. And then by mid-morning into the afternoon, going to be another pulse of energy come through. And it should be cold enough by this point for some of the higher elevations along the Cumberland Plateau and back into the Tennessee, North Carolina mountains to, yes, get some snow showers. This may be overblowing it a little bit, but there is the chance if we can get some of that moisture setting up shop. Of course, northwest flow events after cold fronts are pretty typical this time of year, and if it's cold enough, we can see some mountain snow. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not expecting much from this, but, spring snow, first day of spring. Gotta love that, right? Futurecast rainfall, generally going to be a tenth to a quarter of an inch. Not a lot. We could use more because we're still dealing with this drought. In future snowfall, if we're going to get any dusting or light accumulation, it's going to be northern Sequatchie, parts of Bledsoe, Grundy County, Walden Ridge, higher elevations to our north and west, and along the Tennessee, North Carolina line, places like Mount Lacan, Cherahela Skyway could get a couple of inches. We're talking 3,000 feet and above. So Great Smoky Mountains, the Appalachians getting the chance to see maybe a couple of inches of snow. Again, not totally uncommon this time of the year. And if you're watching weather trivia this morning, the latest we've ever got an inch or more of snow in Chattanooga, believe it or not, is April 24th, 25th. Back in 1910, it snowed 4 inches here in Chattanooga just a week before May. That is incredibly hard to believe, but apparently it happened. Hey, cool stuff there. But don't be surprised if you see some snowflakes tomorrow if you live in the higher elevations. It's also going to be cold. You're going to notice that cold air moving in. So wind chill, of course, not going to be a factor today. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s. But look at this. By the time we wake up tomorrow, those wind chills drop into the lower 40s. And during the afternoon, middle of the day, first day of spring, it's going to feel like the 30s. And then by about 8 p.m., those wind chills are going to continue to fall. By the time we wake up on Friday morning, likely going to feel like the 20s. But after tomorrow's cold first day of spring, we do bounce back into the 70s heading into your weekend, and then the comfortable 60s Monday into Tuesday. And the overall temperature trend, believe it or not, favoring cooler than normal temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, which will take us right to the end of March. And that's what you want to see this time of the year, because oftentimes if we get below normal temperatures, that's going to cut down on any severe threat. So we'll keep an eye on that. Could be some strong storms with our next system that comes through, I'm thinking next Sunday night into early Monday morning. But right now, it looks like the main severe threat stays to our west. But with this system tonight, not going to be a big deal. It does turn a lot colder tomorrow. Nice Friday and Saturday, and then we'll be in the mid-70s Sunday before our next chance for rain Sunday night into Monday. So again, avoid any burning today. Going to be dry, going to be windy, and then tomorrow much colder. So prepare for that, and have a great day.